So today I'm going to discuss about demons and how they terrorized me as a child and how they use it to instill fear in every single soul that is subordinate to the Watchtower, Bible, and Tract Society of Pennsylvania. I remember my first Sunday talk. Can you guess what the topic was? Yes, it was demons. The brother was discussing demons and how they shudder at the name of Jehovah. And being an impressionable mind, I immediately picked that up. And the horrible thing was, I was sleeping, and he screamed, screamed, and woke me up. So I woke up to, and demons shudder at the name of Jehovah. Yeah, that was straight terror for a child. And after that, the demonic nightmares started. I still have them even after being out for this long. Any bump or knock in the night was always a demon. I remember reading stories in the Watchtower how brothers or sisters would leave their faiths behind, usually some kind of tribal religion or shamanism or Wicca or witchcraft, and how immediately afterwards, after accepting Jehovah into their hearts, they would come under demonic attack. Crazy things floating around, assaults. And this is constant. It's a constant barrage of the demons are coming to get you. They control the world. There were actually stories about things as innocent as Smurfs in Star Wars bringing demons into your house. It is that bad. They will pull up every reference out of context in the Bible and make it about demons. And to kind of get the point across, they will use biblical verses like Luke 8:36. Those who had seen it reported to them how the demon-possessed man had been made well. They will use this verse and will build an entire talk around verses centering around the demonic. You watch too much TV, it's demonic. You like Pokemon, it's demonic. You love Harry Potter, you read the books, it's demonic. It's almost like an Oprah show at the congregations. You get a demon, you get a demon, you get a demon, and there's no relief. It's a constant barrage of you are a victim, these demons are going to get you, don't trust the authorities, they're demonic, don't trust the government, it's demonic, don't trust law enforcement, they're demonic, don't trust the preacher from the other church, he's demonic, don't trust anyone, they're demonic. All your friends that aren't Jehovah's Witnesses, they're demonic. All your teachers at school, they're demonic. Their supreme and only goal is to get you away from Jehovah and his organization. It's absurd way of living. It is a constant state of anxiety and terror. And mind you, it's not just the demons you're worried about. Any little mistake or error you make outside of the congregation, for instance, if you get caught going into a bar at the wrong day or the wrong time and somebody sees you, immediate judicial committee. Oh, we've heard you've been drinking. You must be an alcoholic. No, I'm not. But oh well, we're just fellowshipping you. Oh, you went to the library and Sister so and so saw you withdrawing certain books on certain things. We're just fellowshipping you. And it's odd. It's usually like the sister and her like 8-year-old kid. They're the witnesses. You know, semantics. 2 witnesses. But it's a constant barrage. And I'm not talking like tarot cards and Ouija boards and things like that. It's simple things, just media. Just things that are around you all the time. Just because you're alive. And the terror is nonstop. It's incessant. Demonic nightmares, apocalyptic nightmares. I'm sure that I'm not the only one who has had both. Invisible forces you can't see. So how did I deprogram myself from that? And I'm not a counselor or anything of the sort, but the things that I did to deprogram myself was, and you're not probably going to believe this, I became a pagan and a witch while I was a Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, I know. Straight apostasy, right at the gates. It happened right after I was baptized, go figure. And then I started actually reading stuff about other religions. Because I remember reading the religions book, World Religions, and I'm like, okay. So I grabbed this book and went to the library and got books on these religions. And I could not believe how badly they interpreted all the other faiths mentioned in that book. Christianity, that's not Jehovah's Witnesses, um, paganism. And I remember the terrifying images of other religions. They did everything they could to make them look super creepy. I remember the Aztec high priest holding a heart in his hand as he pushed somebody down the steps. And I mind you, you're showing this to little kids. Why? I'm sure any ex-Jehovah's Witnesses or any of my fellow apostates or people who have gotten out or even on the outside that look at this is like, why do they produce material like this? This is inappropriate on so many levels. Yeah, but the organization, the society, not only says demons are coming after you, they never show you an image of them, but they barrage you with these violent, grotesque, and inappropriate images that really show how repressed the artists and the society members that develop this literature are. But the way I deprogrammed myself was I started exposing myself to other faiths, other religions, paganism, witchcraft. I remember I went out still as a Jehovah's Witness and I bought a Ouija board. It didn't work, obviously, but because it was only me. And you can't really do much with a board when you're so far in the broom closet, you're finding presence. It was an odd experience. And I had to do that for years. Imagine that, being in the broom closet with as a Jehovah's Witness and a practicing pagan and a witch at the same time. Talk about dancing with the devil. And I'm not talking about Satan or the demons in that point. It was odd. And then, to make matters worse, at 17, my mother died because she was lukewarm. She didn't care. She didn't go to the meetings. She still believed it with her mind, but she was POMI, physically out, mentally in. I think that's the term. She wasn't disfellowshipped. She was just faded. Mind you, this woman would sit and watch Charmed, which I did too. I love that show. But it's an odd experience. It's an interesting experience. And now that I've been out for over a decade, I'm sitting here and I'm looking back and I'm like, wow. I was led by the nose forcibly. But yeah, but went out and bought all these things that they said cause demonic activity, and would you believe not a single one happened or did cause demons to infest my home. So that was part of the deprogramming I did. I mean, I'm not going to encourage you to do that. Do what your conscience tells you, but there are ways to completely push away things the society teaches. And that was one of the ones I used. An easier one is to just buy books. For instance, as of right now, I am reading God Against the Gods. God Against the Gods. This is the copy of the book by Jonathan Kirsch. The history of the war between monotheism and polytheism. And it's actually a pretty good read. It's not dry, but then after reading Society's material, what is? But yeah, definitely check that out. It doesn't go after the Society. No, it goes back further to the roots. I know a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, not all, some cling to Christianity, and do you, boo. Nobody, do you. But those of us who need to completely deroot, because I'm a pagan, I'm a witch, I mean, why not? I know my gods are real. But sometimes you have to cut the foundation, pull it out by the roots to really begin the deprogramming. At least that's how I feel. And that's completely and totally on me. Do you? Like I've said before, I'm not a counselor. Lord knows I don't want to be. I'm friends with one, and it's an endless job that never ends. Thankfully, he's learned to not take it home with him. But this book addresses a lot of the fables and mythologies in relation to early monotheism. And it was an interesting point when I found out that King Solomon and King David and all of them were practicing pagans. Historically practicing pagans. Yahweh or Jehovah was just another god in the pantheon. And that was surprising. They said the first actually monotheistic king of Israel was Josiah. A reformer, casting purges against the priests of other religions. Doesn't that sound like something we've heard before? He loved to wage his holy wars. And it's interesting because I think he may have been the first one. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Feel free to. Also, feel free to subscribe. Mind you, a lot of my content doesn't focus on being a Jehovah's Witness or a former Jehovah's Witness, but I could always use the support. I'm not asking for money. We're just talking about money. And that was a joke because, yeah, no thanks. Definitely check out this book if you are looking to deprogram. It's a place to start. Probably the real first place to start would just be any book about another religion with their book about the word religions. I actually completely forget what it's called. But here it is. So, yeah, as you can tell, compare this with any books written by scholars on religion, and you will see that they completely got it wrong. And that's a place to start. Thank you for watching. Once again, feel free to subscribe. I'm not asking you to subscribe. I'm just talking about subscribing. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, evening, night, because we all know there's different times everywhere. And feel free to check out my TikTok, which is a little different. The link is in the comments, as is my Instagram. So, peace out, brothers and sisters.